Hi, this is Peter Stanley. Welcome to my channel. Today is July 6th, 2021, and this is a pepper grow update. All right, I'll start out with the porch. These over here aren't peppers, but I just want to show it anyway. This is my zucchini squash in the grow bucket. Starting to produce a little bit. Kind of see back in there. These are two white Thomasol tomatoes in a cracky tote setup. And I have this reservoir. It's some of my carnivorous plants. I have this reservoir feeding this. There's a float valve inside, so when the nutrient level drops, it'll be fed with the reservoir. And these are my two Olive Rocotos. That's a variant of the chocolate Rocotto. It's from the same cross. This is an Olive Fino. You've probably seen some videos on the chocolate one. This is kind of like a grow comparison too. This is the DIY supporting container that I made, and this is the GroBucket. This one's sitting up about 4 inches higher, so it looks a little taller, but they both are about the same. I get questions on this one. This is actually the fill tube for this working container, and in this GroBucket, this is just plant support. I haven't tied it to it yet, but that's all that's there for. I'm not putting water in it. It's just to tie a plant to, that's all. It gets fed right there. And this is my large cracky. This is the Kingstar Lingria. I actually grew it in this barrel last year and it got huge. And I pruned it, I just chopped it pretty much down to nothing. You can kind of see it on there. And I had it in an aquaponics thing this over the year. So I put it back out here and it's starting to put out a lot of new growth. So that'll be cool to watch. This is a Tiny Tim tomato. Little hanging basket. It's got some slow release nutrients, but starting to get some fruits on there. Looks pretty good. Okay, so these are the drip system plants. It's been about 3 weeks since the last update, and I think they're looking pretty good. Let's kind of go through them here. This is the Mako Akakarade, and it's starting to get some fruits on it. Here's another one. Looks good. I've got two Peach Mayan Habs. This is a Susan Garza cross. Actually have a ripe one there. And some new ones forming. This is the other Peach Mayan Hab I've got. And I've got three of these three-way boot crosses from the Gold Fino I saved last year. This is the least pretty one. It's okay, it's coming back. And this is got the most dark foliage. Looks really good. I think there's some fruits on it. Yeah, you can see the fruit there. It started out purple, which is cool. This is the biggest one, and it's got some more developed fruits. They look pretty good. So a little one there. And these are really cool. This is a Sweet Cheeto. This is my cross. I think there's some tiny, oh, that's a bigger one there. They look just like the Shishito, but it's crossed with Stavros, which is a pepperoncini type pepper. And it's, so these look like Shishito, but they're really sweet and have some medium heat. Here's another one. This one's got some ripe fruits, or getting ripe. Those look good. I've got two white Thomasol tomatoes, and this is a GroBucket, and this is a self-watering containers, another comparison. And these I'm not using them as intended. I actually have drippers going on in the top, and then it's kind of, so it's not being filled like the other one is, but it seems to be working okay. The other two, the self-watering container is a little bigger, but it does have a little more root volume because the insert on this takes up a little bit of space. And I noticed some deficiency, kind of like with that Tiny Tim I showed earlier. Bottom leaf started in the yellow, so look like a macronutrient deficiency. So like you see on this one. So I added another round of slow release and that minor essential elements. Tomatoes seem to, I don't have a lot of experience with tomatoes, but I know they feed a lot more than peppers. Got 3 boots here. This is the first one. It's from the old school boot, save seed from last year. Jimmy Johnson sent the original seed to me. Then I've got 2 California Reapers. This one and this one here. This one's looking a little better. And I've got 2 of these Primo Cross chocolate. There's a long story behind these. I went over a lot last year, but it's starting to get some bud sites and a lot of good vegetative growth. And this one's the same thing, but a little bit smaller. This one doesn't look the best, but it's coming back, but it's a Reaper cross with Cupertino. And same with this. This was really beat down, but it's coming back. It's the Weary Weary. That's probably one of my favorites. It's the Kingstar Kingsta Yellow. Originally the cross between MOA Scotch Bonnet and Brazilian Ghost, I think. And they were red to begin with. It's another one. And they end up being a yellow pheno. But they're really good peppers. This is another Kingstar cross, the Lemon Starburst. This is from Save Seed from last year. It's supposed to be Feria, but it looked like it was crossed and it was a yellow. So I just call it Feria Cross Yellow. It's got some kind of unique, real thin, narrow leaves on it. Here's another one just like it. It's a little bit bigger. It's like got a fruit forming on that. There's a few others there. Another Kingstar cross, the Langria. This is Save Seed from the Cracky Barrel one I grew last year that I just showed you. Got a few ripe fruits on there. And I got 2 mango halves. This is the smaller of the 2. This is another one I saved seed from last year. This one's a little bit bigger, a little bigger leaves on it. And this is a jalapeno. I saved seed from some jalapenos I bought, or ripe jalapenos I bought at a produce stand. And I've got some fruits on there. The ones I saved seed from are gigantic. So these are, hopefully they'll keep growing like that. This is Trinidad Dog Brown. That's a super, super hot chocolate pepper. And I've got 2 Reaper Cross of Moruga. I usually grow these last year. I didn't last year, but I usually grow these every year. I didn't last year, but I'm growing these again. These are really hot. This one doesn't look the best. This one's a little better. And I've got 2, the Jericho Orange, Save Seed from Jeff Hobbs. I got a pod review I'm working on these. I've shot, I haven't edited. It's another one. This is cloned from one of last year's plants that I kept indoors, and I put it out. It's a Thai Yellow Long. It's starting to put out a few little fruits. And this is one from Jimmy Johnson. It's a Macadam Cusco Market, Peru. It's got starting to get a few little fruits on there. A Save Seed from Pa Jim Kingman's. Actually, the next one is too. This is a Yellow Reaper. And this is a Kingstar Crimson Star. And it's starting to produce a little bit. So yeah, so that's everything. I think they're growing well. I'll probably need to amend with some new fertilizer probably within a few weeks on these. They're still doing a lot more vegetative growth, I think, than production, although some of them are starting to produce. But yeah, so that's my update. I'll post another one in 2 or 3 weeks, maybe sooner. I was doing them last year once a week, but I think I might spread them out a little more. Anyway, that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you like that. Please like, comment, and subscribe.